guys? Welcome back to the Arena of Legends. It's the King of Kongs. Today we've got Group B. As you can see on the screen here, this is Monday's results from Group A. OGS Top taking out Lenok 2-0, and then of course Lucira winning over Marine King Prime. So in the winner's match, Lucira went 2-0 over Top, and Marine King edging out Lenok there in the loser's match, and then was able to defeat Top in the final match. So Lenok and Lucira both advanced out of Group A. Or, excuse me, Lucira and Marine King, I said that incorrectly, advanced out of Group A. Lenok did not advance, was one game away from doing so. Did end up losing to Marine King in that final battle, though, when he was playing against him, and then, of course, Marine King was able to 2-0 Top in some interesting games. So, very well played, I feel, really, by Marine King. He had a few rough games in there, especially against Lucira. Lucira completely outclassed him. But as you can see, here are today's maps and players. First, we're going to have July against InCa, and then after that, we'll have Rainbow against Dongrigu. Looks like he is going to stick with the title Rainbow. He's been using, he's been swapping back and forth between Rainbow and Horp Torture quite a bit, but he looks like he's going to be sticking with Rainbow on this one. The maps are going to be Entombed Valley for the first map, Metropolis, not Metalopolis, Belshire Beach, Daybreak, and then finally Cloud Kingdom, the first map for the final set. That's the first map that's been randomly chosen by GOM, but the loser picks afterwards. So for example, if July beats InCa on Entombed Valley, InCa can pick any map that he wants from the map pool. So something to consider. The map pool still containing Antigua Shipyard, for example. I think that's the only map that's in the pool that's not listed there. So keep that in mind. And here we go, actually going into game one. Up here at the top left, our Zerg from the team Startail, named after a day of the month. He is Startail July. And at the bottom left, member of the team Old Generations, he is InCa. Now, of course, InCa played against Nest-T in his final run, did a lot of Dark Templar play. None of his builds really worked out, and he was easily 4-0'd by Nest-T. A terrible finals, in fact. And July, on the other hand, of course, up here at the top left, he played against MC during a time period where MC's timing attacks were crazy. They were unstoppable. MC even did a Nexus cancel 4-gate against July in that final series. A lot of crazy play coming out of MC. And July, he played standard, but MC just was able to overpower him in the end. So both of these guys, of course, are finalists. Neither of them able to take a GSL title just yet. July has taken so many StarCraft 1 titles, though. Look at that, a lot of probes queued up. Looks like he's going to be going for Nexus first, and July, on the other hand, seems to be gearing towards a Hatcher's Node. Decides to drop the gas first, so he's going to be going for a Speedling expand here. They are fairly close positions, close by air, I guess you could say. The rush distance at these two positions is not short by any means, but it's not a long distance, and Probe does drop the Forge at 14, because he does not yet know exactly what July is doing. You never know with July. Got to play it safe. If he had scouted the gas first with his probe, he probably would have gone Nexus first, but playing it safe, of course, the obvious choice here. Now, this wall position is really interesting by InCa because it's going to allow him to really wall off his ramp quite easily, and he's going to start to kind of wall off the secondary ramp, but his Nexus is going to be slightly exposed if any units get in there. He's going to have to use a lot of buildings to finish that off. And this is a map that I have still not actually been Forge Fast Expanding on. Every time a new map comes out, I'm not 100% comfortable with it. I slowly edge towards Forge Fast Expanding, but I've been just doing Gateway expands on this map for now. I'm kind of edging towards that ramp, but July is going to get his first glimpse here of the Nexus, and very soon we'll see the Forge as well. And cannon going to be dropped here. It's going to want to put a Gateway in front of that cannon, of course. Zergling speed on the way for July. He's pulled all workers out of gas. Not necessarily a very July-like thing to do, but he does want to get that hatchery up ASAP. Doesn't look like he wants to put on some hyper-aggression. First few Zerglings coming out. Decides to make 4. Not going with 6. With July, you never know, but he is going to commit to the 4 here. Sends Zerglings to make sure there's no pylon block here. Also is going to check for the probe. Probe is hidden, though, behind these trees, so it may be difficult for July to spot that probe. And he's going to send actually the majority of his Zerglings back. Does not even go to the watchtower. Of course, now he takes it. Double gas is being dropped for InCa in his main base as the Gateway becomes nearer to finishing. July doing a great job of scouting all the locations the probe might hide, but InCa's chosen a very particular location to hide over there at the 9 o'clock side. So it's very difficult for that probe to be spotted. He'll also have to catch it on attack move because it's hidden behind those trees. If he's just moving and hoping to catch it, he probably won't see it. A Roach Warren does go down for July though here after he scouted, you know, he checked everywhere. Okay, the probe's not going to see this. I'm going to make the Roach Warren, and he has put his drones back in gas. So this is something a little bit sneaky by July. He pulled his drones out initially and is just going to go for that Roach Warren follow-up here. Certainly speed is done. This probe is swatted, so that probe not going to be able to do any additional scouting. Remember, he still has the probe on the left side though, possibly before piloting. And wow, look at that wall off by InCa. It's actually quite good. I have not seen this particular wall off form on this ramp. Excuse me. I haven't played this map that many times, as most people on the Korean server seem to downvote it. The second probe comes in to try to scout though, is denied. He does not see the Roach Warren. The first few roaches are on the way. Look at that wall. It's a really nice wall. And he should be able to defend this okay. The question is, does he make a sentry or a stalker? Now his second zealot is about to pop out. Both of those zealots are going to be pretty useless against this push. They're going to be able to buy him a little bit of time, do a little bit of extra DPS. But InCa's not making any additional cannons. He does have a stalker queued up here, but that is 6 roaches coming towards him here. How many more Zerlings is July going to make? The answer is a lot. He's only got 16 drones right now. He's pretty all in with this. And the zealots are a little bit out of position. This is so scary. I'm not sure if InCa's going to be able to hold this. Zealots are actually going to be caught off guard, attacking those rocks, and the Roach is going in to target the cannon. The Stalker is not even out yet. InCa desperately trying to make cannons. Cancels what looks like a robo. Could have been a Twilight Council. Didn't quite catch it, but either way, he's going to re-wall here with the gateway to stop the Zerlies from coming inside. There's only one Stalker here, though, and the wall was not tight. A pylon almost blocked, but the Stalker is surrounded by Zerlies. The cannons look like they will not finish. I think this is going to be the end of InCa here in Game 1, as more Zerlings stream in. The cannon near completion, but it's not going to be enough. GG. July taking out InCa in very July-like fashion. I'm really curious to see whether or not that was a Twilight. It's got to have been a Twilight Council. Making a robo that early doesn't really make sense, but especially considering that InCa's style is to go for fast Twilight tech. Sorry I missed that. Couldn't point that out for you guys, but either way, whatever it was had to be cancelled. InCa did not have enough. He really skimped on the units. Went for Stalker before Sentry, which in this case is a double-edged sword, but it was too late. He made the second zealot, and if you make the second zealot and you're not sure what's coming, like for example, his probe didn't get into his opponent's base, since he didn't know what was coming necessarily, I think it was a pretty tough call to make the second zealot and not add additional cannons. But a tough call that InCa made there. It ended up being the incorrect one. Either way, we're going to jump into Game 2, so don't go anywhere.